Hey everyone, welcome back to the Weeb Lounge. And this is another one of those love it or hate it videos of mine with this one being a particular little poke in the ear. I guess that probably doesn't make much sense, but have you ever found yourself anticipating a series so much? Like a sequel, a third season, a fourth season, something, just massive anticipation, and what you get is just an absolute piece of garbage that barely even has anything to do with what you originally loved. That is definitely this show. I'm talking about Shin Tenchi Muyo, otherwise known as Tenchi in Tokyo, an anime that I absolutely hate. Now, this goes back a little ways, but I remember watching the original Tenchi Muyo OVAs and just, it ended up being one of my absolute most favorite shows. A lot of people were introduced to the whole Tenchi Muyo franchise over on the Cartoon Network. It was the original series was the Tenchi Universe, and it was like a 26 episode run, and most of the story had everything kind of tied in with the OVAs. There's some changes here and there, but for the most part, it kind of worked, right? So it was a little disappointing that it wasn't necessarily part of the OVA, but it was still a good series and I enjoyed it. So when they announced a season 2, I was like, all right, season 2, Tenchi Muyo TV series. I can't wait. I want to watch it. Until it came out. Oh no, what did they do? It was marketed as a season 2, but in actuality, it was a standalone series. That they just kind of used the Tenchi Muyo characters in, told everyone it was Tenchi Muyo, but in reality, it could have been any other show. You could have completely redesigned all the characters, right? Just redesigned the characters, give them a different name, and bam, you have yourself a whole new anime. That's how bad this was. None of the character origins were original. Okay, Washu, for example. Washu in the OVAs was a prisoner of Kagato and, had to fight off Kagato to free Washu, blah, blah, blah. Ryoko was entrapped into a cave/shrine and, Tenchi basically, accidentally let her out by removing the key / the sword. And Aika, Asami, Kione, Mihoshi, they all just kind of showed up. Like, I think, didn't Mihoshi crash or something? I don't remember. But all that is gone now. Okay, what this is Ryoko and Washu are both kinda space pirates, and they're running off with this crystal that they stole from Jirai, right? And Aika and Sasami are chasing after them, and Mihoshi and Kione, they're chasing after everyone else, and it's just a big cluster, right? It's just everybody's like, oh my god, get the ship and the crystal thingy. Oh, whatever. And all the while, Tenchi is in Tokyo, being like an apprentice priest or something at a shrine. It's not who Tenchi is. Tenchi's not the male equivalent of a shrine maiden. That's not his job. That's not who he's going to be. That's not who he's supposed to be. But in this, he is. He's just an apprentice sitting there. And, for whatever reason, they all crashed. They're by him. And Ryoko was like, screw you all. I'm eating this crystal. She eats the crystal, turns into a big old crazy demon. Like, yeah. No. Oh, my God. So, somehow it befalls on Tenchi to vanquish the demon, right? Or whatever. So he's got this necklace thing, right? Like some beads or something. And it's like, it's from his mom. And the beads turns into a sword. And he uses the sword to kill the beast or demon or whatever it's supposed to be. And Ryoko, is kind of saved. And then commence the harem anime, as usual. Oh my god. And then somewhere along the lines, you got Sakuya. Now Sakuya is actually a character I like. It's a sweet character, Sweet character, sexy character, friendly character. I like her overall, but she's actually like the alternate personality of Yui or whatever the blonde looking thing. Oh, I barely even remember the plot for this because it's bad. It's bad. She's like trying to manipulate him into joining her in her world or something like that, and things don't quite go that ways. And she's not a good person because she wasn't raised right, apparently. Seriously, I think that's what it was. She just wasn't raised right, so she kind of seals herself away, and everyone kind of toward the end of the anime, of course, I'm kind of jumping around here. She ends up, they defeat her, do whatever. She seals herself away until she can become a good person. She like gets herself stuck in a simulator kind of thing. And it turns out that when she grows up, she will look exactly like Sakuya, just blonde hair instead of the black hair or whatever. It's when you're sitting there anticipating a new season, right? Imagine if you're watching Game of Thrones, all right? And I know about the last season. I'm not using that as an example, but imagine you're watching Game of Thrones, okay? You're 4 seasons in, and they announced the 5th season. Hey, here's a 5th season. And the 5th season comes around, and it has nothing to do at all with the previous 4 seasons whatsoever. The storylines don't tie up. The storylines don't tie up, the plot don't tie up, the areas, the land, the jobs, the things the people were doing, the personalities of the characters, it's all gone. All of it's gone. What you have left is a general basic same setting. You brought back all the same actors, and they're all doing different things now. But they're still calling it Game of Thrones. That's what they did with Shin Tenchi Muyo. That's what they did with Tenchi in Tokyo. It's one of the biggest kicks in the teeth that AIC ever did. And if anybody remembers AIC Studios, which, went belly up a long time ago, probably because of this being one of the things. I mean, this thing sold like for crap. It was so disappointing. It was so incredibly disappointing. They changed all the origins. They changed... Oh, nobody even has the same powers. And it's just so stupid. It's bad. Oh my God, it's so horrible. Especially as a fan of Tenchi Muyo, when you make those kind of changes, it's just so bad. But that's what they did. And they didn't just do it with Tenchi Muyo, they did it with El Hazard as well. Kept changing things around, thinking that, maybe they could reinvent the universe or something, and it fell on its face. And AIC started to pay the price for not being loyal to the fans. And that's probably the biggest kick, is it wasn't loyal to the fans at all. Nobody wanted what they gave us, but for some reason they thought they knew that was what was going to be the good thing, I guess. I don't know. Oh my God. But yeah, this ended up being one of the absolute worst animes we've ever seen. And on top of that, the hate brewed up all the way to the surface because the anticipation didn't match what we were given. And nobody should ever watch this anime. Period. If you are a fan of the Tenchi Muyo series, stick to the OVAs. The first TV series, the Tenchi universe, watch it knowing that it's not continuous with the OVA series. But the OVA series itself, that's where you go for Tenchi Muyo. You don't go to Tenchi Universe, except for a little extra entertainment. You don't go to any of the 3 movies because they have nothing to do with the OVA. And you definitely do not go to Tenchi in Tokyo because that is a piece of freaking shite. Oh. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification button. Never watch Shin Tenchi Muyo. Never watch Tenchi in Tokyo. It is pure garbage. I'll see you in the next video.